before we change our mind or someone walks out the door, we're going to call the meeting to order. If the secretary could please call the roll.
Burnett, Cagle, Carter, Cowart, Neal.
Here.
Smeltzer. Here. Thorsland.
Here.
Wilson.
Here.
Conrady.
Here. You all should have gotten the agenda, and it is also in front of you. I would look for a motion to approve the agenda. Thorsland, second. Wilson, all those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. I see no public participation, so I think we're good there. Oh, yeah. Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. You all should have gotten the minutes as well. They're also in the packet. I would entertain a motion to approve the minutes. Neal, Wilson, all those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Any communications? Okay. And then new business. We have the resolution to waive broadband easement filing fees for ARPA-funded projects in partnership with the Champaign County Clerk and Recorder. You all should have received this earlier. Does anyone have any questions, comments, anything on this? Oh, sorry. A motion to, there we go, Thorsland. Wilson. Okay, any discussion, any questions?
This is a nice thing to do, one of the small things we can do. I told Bailey my controversial take on easements for broadband, fiber and things. I think it should be a utility easement in the first place, but if we can do this and it helps anything move along, I'm all for moving this project along.
Mike?
This makes perfectly good sense. Part of the way is how you think about this. If this was, if some other utility provider, some other broadband provider comes along and say, hey, why didn't you waive the easements for me? You waived them for Volo. Well, it's a really easy answer. We had a very open competition to be the county's partner, and Volo is building an open access network. So this is going to potentially benefit every single broadband provider in the county because they'll be able to use they'll be able to lease some of that fiber from Volo. So there's no reason not to do this. There's no us and them in this relationship. It's just us. Volo and us are the same thing, whether we like it or not.
I also would like to get on record and thank the county clerk and recorder for agreeing to this and helping us move this along. So I appreciate the conversation I had with him. And I'm very happy that we were able to get this through. So is there anything else? Jeff?
$51 per parcel. What's the total amount after how many parcels are there?
I want to say it came out to 31,000 round numbers.
It was about that.
That $31,000 or 31,000 parcels? Dollars.
31,000. Oh, thank you. $31,000. Okay.
And if we wanted to, or if the county wanted to, or Volo wanted to, we could count that as an in-kind contribution of the county above and beyond what was already discussed or provided in the application. Should the county or Volo go back to the state next year, next month, and want to do an additional grant, the more of those kinds of things we do, the better. So this kind of helps us from a political, and it's only $31,000, but it's an extra contribution from the county. And it should be accounted for that and credited to the county as an in-kind. That's a record-keeping thing, but governmental bodies like in-kind contributions.
Well, and it's very clear that this is just for the ARPA project. It's not a blanket for anything Volo is doing. And part of that was because the fact that the ARPA funding mechanism and then the match with the state, They had a very small grant that they could get from the state. And so to stretch the money further, this helps. Whereas with Bead, from my understanding, Volo's building this all in because they can request a heck of a lot more money through Bead than they can through this first grant.
So when Volo does their phase 2 or phase 3, if that all comes to pass, they'll be paying the $51.
That's been the discussion so far, is that they were going to build it into the grant. So if they would get full funding on the grants, they would be able to then pay that.
And if the county wanted to help their grant application along, whatever number of parcels is that's left, if it's 41,000 more dollars, if the county can absorb it now, my guess is it can absorb it 2 months from now or 2 years from now, that might help Volo's chances of being funded, which is a good thing for the county.
We'll just have to see on that. I don't want to speak to the county budget come a year or two down the road. That's for sure.
No,
Yeah.
The issue before us is a good one. I vote yes.
Anything else? All those in favor of this resolution say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay. I don't know that we need to have a date for the next meeting on the books. If anything comes up, we'll send an email out and go from there, I'd say. Okay. Motion to adjourn. Thorson, Wilson. Meeting adjourned at...
I think you just set some sort of record.